Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 14 Week 4. Today, we got Round 2 between Thug Wood and the Thug Chans. Taking on the Crusader Knights. You still got me and you still got Rye. What's going on, Rye?
Who?
Rye! That's
Rye.
you! You're Rye!
Am I right?
You are Rye! You were casting with the first game with me.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know why you sound so different. Maybe you went to school. I don't know.
I got a little crick in my throat. Drank a little too much Pepsi, you know?
Yeah. In hindsight, maybe you went to school is kind of a dumb-sounding reason for this to be the case. So,
A bit of a weird thing, yeah.
I'm gonna retract that one. that joke is canceled.
Unless you spent an entire day at school screaming and lost your voice.
Yeah, there we go.
Between games.
Night Stalker Bandit, do not want to see the Vex Night Stalker. London is back, by the way, so no more Katie. Disruptor, Bloodseeker. Tick tock, tick tock.
That's a targeted London man.
Yep. They know he's back. We're gonna put it right on him. First pick Undying. You know, if you're not gonna first pick Marcy, you're gonna do this.
That hero is overpowered. I wouldn't be surprised if they just respond with Marcy. Very classic tombstone counter, just multi-hit.
Yep. Marcy, Snap. Roxy Roro, I would say, one of the better Snapfire players perhaps in the whole league. Maybe even the best. I don't know, there's some competition. I mean, is Jumpman still technically around? He's a stand-in, right? So, yeah, there you go. There's some competition there. Jumpman's pretty good.
There's
pretty damn good.
And there's the Snapfire for Roxy.
Damn. Called that one. I'm so good.
That you did.
And like I said,
like you had his phone number.
Like I said in the Bean 10 Discord server that nobody gets to read except for team members and Katie for some reason. Snapfire counters Undying in a lot more ways than it kind of appears on the surface. Like, not only do you have the Tombstone counter, Snapfire is also very unlikely to be, like, in the right position for Undying to get, like, decays off. And it is quite a lot of ability to finish off a fight very, very quickly, which is something that Undying doesn't like. So if you're picking Snapfire as just a Tombstone counter Undying, pick Snapfire for other reasons. There's a lot more on offer there. Undying and Tiny taking on Snap Death Prophet.
If this is Tiny mid, that's going to be a lot of burst damage. This Death Prophet is going to have to be worried in the mid game.
Yeah, it is likely. Most likely.
Especially with Tiny Undying and those long drawn-out fights that Undying loves. If you start losing some of that strength, 12, 16 strength that you're missing, you're just going to get bursted by Tiny every time.
That's true. Yeah. Especially, I mean, even early on, just like, it's very subtle, but even just missing like 8 strength, it makes you so much more vulnerable at the early point in the game when that avalanche toss combo is still just like, you know, if you're already just surviving with just a couple of HP, that'll fix that.
Yeah, in this game with Tiny for ganking that lane, I might even go 4-4-0.
By the way,
the extra burst. What's up?
No Medusa here. Knocked out. Looking at Medusa.
No Pudge,
Spectre.
no Faceless Void, no Spectre. I guess that's the Pudge respect ban.
Very odd. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, damn. You didn't even see that game. You just heard my description of it, and that's
yeah.
Damn.
Anti-Mage. That's
Ooh.
an interesting ban.
That's actually a pretty good ban. I don't know. I feel like Anti-Mage is really baller against both of these guys.
I mean, you can't status resistance your way out of anything Tiny does. And
no, you can't status resistance your way out of it, but on the other hand, he doesn't have a great ability to stop just getting the crap beat out of him by your illusions, and Tiny does not want to live on this earth with no mana.
That's true, but Undying in the laning phase really has Anti-Mage's number. You don't want to be sitting around on 400 health on Anti-Mage.
That's true, but Anti-Mage and Undying are kind of unlikely to be landing against each other. It's likely 5. It's not unheard of for like an Undying 4, but the LD2L community does not like that. I think it's fun. I like it.
Drow ban.
No Drow.
I wonder if they're thinking about Leshrac here on Dire.
Certainly a very trendy mid option recently.
Yeah, with the AM ban, the Faceless Void. Faceless Void is just a great way to lock that hero down, make sure it can't deal any damage.
Seen RG playing it. I think we've seen PPM playing it. Seen you, Danny?
Especially with the Snapfire. That's just guaranteed kill, almost.
Yep. Also means that if the pause 3 is somebody who can just easily build a pipe, man, you just shaved off like 100% of your incoming damage, so, you know. Techie's coming in. I think it might be a little too many eggs in one basket. It's likely our Hollywood hero.
Sounds about right.
10 seconds.
Vex
remaining.
laughing in chat.
Dusty also laughing, but he doesn't have the line for it.
The line
Sad.
reminds me of No Tail when he did the ra-ta-ta-ta-ta voice line, but didn't actually have the voice line. So he just typed out R-A-T-A-T-A-T-A-T-A
Fantastic stuff.
in the middle of a game.
Do you know the Vex and Dusty lore, by the way? Because you were not here
don't.
that season. Whoever you are, you weren't here that season. I'm very much hoping that we go through this entire cast without revealing who you are, because I think that's funny. Who the hell is this guy?
I feel like a select few people would know me just by my voice,
Let me
but
think.
maybe through the stream it'll sound different.
Maybe, yeah. You know, it puts on 50 decibels.
It does.
Let me think. Anybody from your Fluffy Hat team in this game?
10 seconds remaining.
Depending on what season.
Radiant team pick.
Either season, any season, any of your
Yes.
teams. Okay,
One person.
Who would recognize that?
I've teamed with Roxy before.
Yeah, you've teamed with the Roxy. Let me think. Any of these guys with you last season? I don't think so. Luke's is out of the league. Gotham ain't here.
10 seconds remaining.
PVC ain't here.
Oh, you're just giving it away.
5 seconds remaining.
And Meth ain't here.
No.
Which has unfortunately exposed your identity as Cranberry Sprite.
Yeah. Tis I.
Cranbert, as I call you.
Cranbert?
Yeah, Cranbert.
Hmm.
It's because in season 12 you were on the team with Lambert, so it's Lambert and Cranbert.
Makes sense, makes sense. This Enigma pick, though. They have Marcy Undying both supports, and I think this might be... Actually, could this be Undying 3 and Enigma 4 Marcy 5? That's what this looks like to me.
Could just as easily be 5-2-4-3. I mean,
That's true.
Luna? I don't like Luna in this game. I think she's kinda shite.
I do think she is kind of shit this game.
No, this is
very
real
big.
bad.
She's a very big BKB buyer, and she's really reliant on that
10
BKB to
seconds
stay
remaining.
in team fights in most games.
5
And
seconds
if she
remaining.
just gets black holed every time she pops that, and I'm not really seeing any other major black hole threats, so it feels
Radiant
pretty safe to
team
just
back.
black hole Luna every fight.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like, you can just...
Profit,
If the Enigma even gets a whiff of her in Black Hole, she's just done. And honestly, once it gets down to like 6-second BKB, she's still very done. It's like, a lot has to happen in the time of the 6 seconds in the Eclipse, or else just your fight is over. And I don't know, I don't think you're killing Tiny at that time, and Tiny sure as hell is going to be able to kill you.
Remaining.
Especially if it's mid-Tiny.
Yeah,
5 seconds remaining.
that rock does a lot of damage.
It's a big rock.
Speaking of Tiny, did you see the TI 11 animation for when Spirit was killing Tiny in the mid lane?
Do you think I've had enough time of casting all these games to really keep much track of TI? Or
No.
any animation surrounding it? You just link me it after the
No,
game.
it's from the previous. It's from the True Site from TI 11
No.
or TI 10 was it?
It was sometime. Maybe.
It's a really cool animation. Although I did like Liquid's Ravage better than the one that they had in this game.
Speaking of animation,
When they. What?
You before the first game, Rye, you had a comment that you were making about the name of Thugwood and the Thug Chans. Would you care to say that now that we're in game 2?
You're gonna have to run that one by me again. Game 1 was a little bit long, so I've forgotten it over time.
Okay, the thing you said is that you didn't like this name. Actually, it's funny. The very first thing, he's like, what the hell's with the name of the teams this season? Thugwood and the Thug Chans? Like, that's dumb. So shoutouts to you, Hollywood, for picking the Princess Mentality Academy name this season.
Cheers to Thugwood for that.
No, we're still calling him Hollywood. I don't. He's not getting away with this Thugwood crap.
We don't subscribe to the Thugwood.
Interestingly, Crusader Knights banning out here, kind of assuming that it's going to be DP2. It's going to be the Bush DP.
Yeah. Banning out the Arc Warden.
Well, no, because they got the Doom ban, which is assuming it's going to be a 2, and then they got the Arc Worm ban, which is assuming it's going to be 3. I don't know. The Bush must have had some Arc Warden game that just scared the piss out of people because it gets banned against him literally almost every game. I don't know. Gonna have to look this week, I guess. Gonna have to make sure that he doesn't have like a 75% win rate or something.
Sniper and the Weaver bans. I like the Weaver ban a lot because they don't really have any lockdown for that guy.
Yeah, and God, he's actually really nasty in a black hole because of that that's weird, split shot thing he can get.
The shard, yeah. It allows him to, every time his passive procs allows him to attack targets afflicted by his Q.
Which in a black hole means everybody, basically.
Everybody, and the Maelstrom procs bouncing. That's just decimation. Clinks as well
ain't
in a
much
black
better.
hole. So much damage here on Crusader Knights.
Does kind of make it look like it might be a one-time.
Clinks. True. Clinks is not really known for his dual laning capabilities. This might be... I don't think it's one tiny though. They've just nerfed tar out of that hero.
I mean, on one hand there's that, on the other hand you're going to be facing Luna, so like, it's going to be a fair contest, if nothing else.
Luna does have the farm advantage here over both Tiny and Clinks.
On the downside, Luna also really does not have a lot of like... Doesn't feel like she really has much cohesion with this team. The only thing it feels like really helps Luna too much in this situation is like the techie stun mine and Snapfire armor breaking people. Like she just sticks out here.
This Radiant lineup, they have the Death Prophet and the techies that want to be jumping on top of people with the Snapfire in the backline firing the kisses on them. And Luna's just sort of there. It's not really... Everybody's going to be running away from the Death Prophet with Exo. And I don't think Luna has the capabilities to keep up there. So she's going to be kind of redundant in a lot of fights, I feel, with this draft.
Silencer,
again, not really giving them that much lockdown. I fear for stuns. They have 3 silences. Actually, tons of silences. But...
Luna's going to build Norkin.
Is this offlane Snapfire or offlane techies?
This is offlane DP. Jackie Chinzer 3.
This is mid snap then, because this is Roxy 5 silencer. And you've got Kai on Clinks.
Yep, one Clinks, unless Kai just wants to go mid again. I don't know.
And then there's Kai, the man that can outfarm God.
He was mid in the last game. He might be doing it again as a tribute to the Season 13 Team Quap Circles.
Would not be surprised. I have heard that man say he hates playing Pause 1. And yet, here we are again, another season, another Pause 1 Kai.
Honest to God, part of the reason I did it is because I saw his like, draft description in the last season was like, please just don't pick me to do so, please, whatever you do. And I was like, alright, I'll just put you into position on a team where we are never going to do that, ever. And like 2 weeks in, Manoy's like, dude, just pick him Medusa every game. I didn't let that happen. You're welcome, Kai.
Did it? Well, we'll never know if it would have worked or not. Honestly, draft-wise, I'm favoring Crusader Knights here. The draft just feels more cohesive. They want to fight around an area. They're going to be jumping people, they're going to be one-shotting people, and then they're going to be getting out of there.
Yeah, it's quite a big departure from the Thugwood lineup, which, I mean, the best I can get is, like, DP and Snapfire win the fight for you, and then Void eats towers. Like, that's really the only way I see this going. If it ever gets to the point
Yeah.
where DP and Snapfire aren't going to be able to win that fight, it's going to be a really rough game for these guys. London must BRB.
Yep. It's I feel like at some point they just had to put the Snapfire mid because they ran out of enough lockdown to actually keep people in place for the kisses for support to actually be effective.
Yeah, they actually they just can't. They have nothing for the kisses. Unfortunately, that also means, and this is an issue they never fixed, they also have nothing to keep you locked up in the Eclipse either. So that's really going to be like
Yeah.
all Eclipse is going to be good for is going to be a get away from me skill. That's pretty much it.
Unless they all dive on top of the Luna and the Luna just pops and gets like an ultra kill.
They all dive on Luna, Silencer hits global silence, and then ultra kill happens. Like, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be like, you know, that's never a good thing to build your house on, because that is entirely the enemy team has to mess up. There is no part of that the Thugwood lineup has accomplished. It's just the Crusader Knights lineup fell apart to make that happen.
Yeah. I don't even think that Luna's the hero they want to be going on this game. I feel like Death Prophet and eventually the probably right-click Snapfire are going to be the more important ones to be joining on top of. Tombstone's going to be used bottom. I don't think they're going to get this kill, but Luna's coming into lane with half health.
Yep, she's definitely going to have to go through some tangos to get that off. And also, 3 runes for Crusader Knights.
That's looking pretty good ahead already. Luna already going through a tango. Gonna have Death Prophet techies off lane.
Very bizarre.
Yep.
So since we didn't do the roll call last time because we had to stand in over London, so we're gonna do it now. Are you hyped? Are you ready for it?
I am so hyped. I want to hear your best roll call ever.
For position 1, we have on the... I almost said on the Crusader Knights, that would have been a very bad start. On the Thugwood and Thugchans team, we have Void, playing Luna, not any faceless or spirited Void. Pause 2, you've got the bush, we got the funny comp. Why are we getting that? Oh, because Clinks is just randomly gonna die.
That's a kill. Yeah, let's see how this happened. He just gets jumped on and clicked to death and runs back in.
Excellent work.
He can just say Little Nas X made him do it because he's got Riot Games as his sponsor.
Exactly. Anyway. Pause 2, you've got the Bush, former perpetrator of 9/11 on the snapping fire in this game. Pause 3, you've got Jackie Chen, former team captain of This Is Sparta, many-time bracketeer, never-time winner. Looking to reverse his fortunes this season on the Death Prophet. Pause 4, you've got Thugwood Hollywood, as you may know him. The man who gave me the bitter defeat when I used Dragon's stupid draft. Should have never done that, should have just... Anyway, on the techies. And pause 5, you've got Roxy Row on the Silencer, currently beefing with Dusty in the jungle.
And getting pounded like beef.
I was trying to do some kind of epic voice for that, but I just sounded like the guy in the, you know, do you love me forever? No, I actually love you 5 ever video. By the way, counterattack on Thugwood. Can't look away from this lane for 1 second, it looks like. This appears to be where the action is going to be. Okay. I instantly understand. I instantly understand the Clinks and Undying lane here. This looks very, very gross, especially when you consider, you know, I alluded to this, right, in the last video in Game 1, made an MMR chart, and I mentioned how the top MMR safe lane in this season, right? I mentioned that. The top MMR safe lane is this. It's these two. You're looking at it.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
And like I said, they're like 6th or 7th place among the off lanes. It's a very off lane dominated season, but...
Yeah.
Dusty getting a little
Really is.
hammered out here, but Enigma almost just using the Enigmites to get that kill on Silencer.
Sadly, the Eidolons are slow as molasses.
It's true. Ooh, Tiny. Tiny in a bit of a bad way, just turns around, says no to that, thank you. Gonna walk away here at just 100 health though. He definitely needs some sort of sustenance here to keep himself in this game.
They did manage to give London Tiny, a hero he is known for his success on.
It's true. I mean, with London, it's like you're definitely going to get some London hero, some capacity in some game. You know, it's like I said, right? You know, he picks rather predictably. If you want to know the secret to beating London, it's figure out what he's going to pick and, you know, make sure that he can sideline it. Because you can sideline it. It has been done. It will be done before. God damn it, can I just 1 second make a point without somebody dying? I swear to God, it's like we got some kind of game of Dota going on.
Yeah,
And yeah,
right?
this is just Luna just straight up getting run over here. We still haven't even done the
Marcy,
roll. Go on.
Marcy being Marcy in that lane there.
Yep, Marcy Gaming. We still haven't even done the roll call for this team, so here it goes. Are you ready?
Yeah. I
Actually, you do it. I'm too lazy. This is Crusader Knights.
am. This is Crusader Knights. So playing pause 1 for Crusader Knights, we've got Kai on the Clinks. It's looking pretty good so far. We got London on Tiny playing pause 2. He's doing quite well. He's got the frosty skin. We've got Vex on Enigma, Morbin off in the off lane.
My favorite part of this game was when Vex said, "It's Vexing time," in Enigma's voice, and then Vexed all over them.
And then Vexed all over them.
Where's the pause for? Where's Marcy? Oh, at mid. Looking for a gank here. Got responded to by Roxy Ro though, so... Ooh! That ain't what you want to have happen on your gank attempt at mid. London going down there. No stolen it for the silencer, but... Somehow I just imagine he's still not too happy.
Not it. Coming in here. Oh no, he doesn't have his W skill. He's never going to steal int. That's not retroactive like Pudge, so...
Sad.
He's lost without those 4 int.
Yep, if Thugwood loses this game, just remember that moment.
Yeah.
Anyway.
4 int that he lost.
Yeah, so pause 4, who is
pause
it?
4? He's got...
Okay, you gotta guess. You're
got
not gonna be able to
Dusty
see them.
on Marcy.
Oh, see, there we go. You're paying attention here.
Yep.
You must have read your shoots. All right, and who's this? Who's this guy?
Uh,
God damn it, guys, come on!
List.
Jesus Christ. Okay, the bush is
There's
gonna go
2
down in a
kills.
mere moment.
Mortimer, get away.
2 at the exact same time, 2 different lanes. We
He's
actually
solo
looked.
killing people.
We actually looked at the only lane where a kill did not happen. Anyway, this is Bliss. Yes, he used to rhyme with Chris. but
No,
not
we're
Chris.
technically... Oh yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower.
I gotta
is
say,
under
this
attack.
safe lane could have been disastrous. If this techies managed to land a bunch of those jumps onto Clinks, Clinks does not have a very large starting health pool. And that thing does like 2, 3, 4, 500 damage.
Radiant's
Tiny's
It
looking
looks
out
like-
for fallen rocks.
Techies is just... Techies with... Tiny with that massive health pool, just tanking through that damage like a champ.
Well, I ain't gonna be tanking through artillery.
Oh,
Dusty actually jumps into the line of fire there for a minute just to take some damage. He's gonna go down for it, maybe. 2, 1.
yeah,
Oh my
he is
God!
dead here.
Okay. Snapfire
Yeah,
missed.
he's dead to the right click. In fact, Techies hit like 3 attacks in a row uphill there. That was kind of lucky for
Buy a
Thugwood
lottery
there.
ticket.
Dire's middle
Buy a
tower is
lottery
under
ticket.
attack.
Stack
The
neutrals.
first 2 numbers should be 3 and 3.
First 2 numbers should be 2 and 0.
And a 33% pseudo chance.
Well, you know, you can always win the lottery if you rig it. That's what I do.
That's true.
Just like Voltaire.
Yeah. Snapfire with an Invis rune. Wonder if she's going to use this to gank the lane.
Given that
Or
her
just
ult
to
is
fill the
down
bottle.
and her mana's low, I'm gonna guess probably not. I mean, she can pop it and hit clarity.
Just have Does have a clarity running and another one. Could happen, but Tiny is notoriously high tower damage. Not notoriously high. That guy just like trucks through towers.
Yep.
I better not fall off.
Better not fall off.
Death Prophet hitting 6 already.
Kai,
There it is.
Kai tries to TP out for the
Exo.
first Exo, but just gets hammered.
Yep.
Hollywood accidentally hits one of his binds twice.
Yeah. Eating 2 trees. Double the regen, maybe.
Radiant's
Well,
bottom
he
tower is
didn't
under
need 2
attack.
trees. He just said kill steal twice.
Oh. I thought he ate 2 trees too, because I heard 2 tangos being eaten at the same time.
Could have just given one to Jackie here.
Why, thank you.
Should have looked before the
Maybe.
buff ended. Roxy Row just getting chased around
Roxy's
the
just-
tower by
I
Eidolons.
might just die to these Eidolons. That's a nice split there on the Eidolons, but
Yeah,
they're not
unfortunately
gonna
he
catch Roxy.
unfortunately put them back
top
together in
is
an
under
awkward
attack.
time. So
Yeah, he might have boots on Roxy. Oh, no! He's gonna be seen? No. Just outside of vision range, it looks like.
Vex actually has the boots here.
Vex has boots, so does Roxy.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Vex coming in with 41 CS and 16 denies.
It's quite a lot here.
This lane. It
Hollywood
is.
tries to intervene in the untimely death
Radiant's
of
bottom
his
tower
pause one,
is
but
falling.
just
But
does
he's
not
got that-
mind it.
Early point and reactive taser, saving his life there.
Yep. Saving his life, making sure nothing further happens here. Silencer's still kind of running around. Still has not, like, recovered at all from his little encounter with the Eidolons at bot. Where he did get the tower. This T1 is
They
gone
did get
now.
the tower. Those Eidolons do a lot of tower damage. Bliss going down to Jackie Chen top.
Just randomly gonna eat him up here. No surprise seeing the Jackie Chin DP, I suppose. It would certainly be, I believe he played this a few times mid when he was running that back in Season 12. So
Coming
this-
in at
Dyer's
top
top
CS
tower
here.
is under attack.
Yeah,
Wanna
both of the
flip to
pause
net
threes.
worth chart.
Yeah, sure, why not? But it's too early, lane
Yep.
phase is still going.
It's 10 minutes into the game, Manani.
Anyway, that's just Vinny's Luigi.
Yeah.
Anyway, so at this point, both of the pause, well, I was going to say both the pause threes at the top of the charts for the last hits, but notably, Tiny and Clinks are really right behind, like really close behind on Death Prophet,
Yeah.
whereas
Dyer's top tower is under
the Bush, the
Snap-
Snapfire
yeah,
is kind of down, and Void has just fallen off the map. I mean, Void's gone right now.
Yeah.
Bliss is going to get suicide bombed here. I miss Suicide Squad attack, I still do. They're gonna go all in on the Bush here. I've changed their mind, they want Silencer instead. Actually, it doesn't really seem
Yeah.
like they have a great idea of exactly what they want.
Dyer's top tower.
I don't think they want anybody in this fight.
Artillery Barrage comes out, just completely annihilates Dusty. London sitting at very low health. London sitting at very no health. You got a black hole here, but
Solo
That's-
black hole onto the Snapfire with level 1. What's it called? Not a Malefice. What's the E called on Enigma again?
no, it's a level 0
Oh,
Midnight Pulse
no.
actually.
Are fortified.
No levels at Midnight Pulse. Well,
Not even one.
not even one. Black hole dealing 400 damage and not much else. Death Prophet topping the leaderboards now by 500.
Undying seeks to make this push as uncomfortable as he can, but
Radiant structures
with
are
that nerf to the Tombstone Ray. Okay, Marcy Gaming? Never mind, Marcy Gaming is cancelled.
Yeah, Marcy's not level 6 yet, not quite able to solo kill all of your cores.
And just took a fall there. Died with the silencer stuff still on, so she lost that.
Yep. Tiny coming in with the blink dagger here.
Tiny coming in saying, look out for rolling rocks. I heard he can clear that in 0.5 A presses.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bliss eliminated as the Bush using this stupid, horrible chat wheel line. Whoever put this stupid clock in the game should be ashamed. Vex thinks it's funny though.
Yeah.
Dyer's bottom tower is under
I
attack.
just want to know.
Not even half.
Radiant's top tower
Go on.
is under attack.
I'm ready to hear what you want to know.
I just want to know why they thought that, yeah, we should make this stupid clock noise like 4 times louder than anything else in all of Dota. It's louder than the Snapfire artillery, for God's sake.
They've made a habit of doing that with arbitrary voice lines here or there, where they just make things extremely loud.
It's louder than, like, the
Got-
Beastmaster's scream.
It is. And that guy's actually just roaring. You got Hollywood drawing lines on the map, telling his team to attack jungle, attack jungle. They
Go
see
find
the clinks.
Clinks.
They do see the clinks. He is in a little bit of danger.
No,
Or
he's
he's
not.
just got
He's-
the
Under
E.
attack.
Yep, he hits E. Silencer does have a single war, but he hit it so early he can't possibly predict it within reason. Gonna move to mid here. Oh, DP hits that. And that silence just a little too early. He's just gonna die for troubles now.
Death Prophet didn't look to have any Spirit Siphon charges, just dies.
This
Gotta need those
pretty
charges
decent
to live.
artillery.
Pretty decent artillery, not actually. I was gonna say not killing anybody yet. There it is. Just missing on the avalanche. Jumping back
Bush
in on the
very
undying.
brave in this fight. But the longer
Gonna be
the
tossed
Bush
in.
takes this fight, the worse it's gonna get.
Yep.
Roxy gets his back tickled by
Radiant's
Clinks
middle
at the
tower
back of
is
the
under
fight,
attack.
and that's it for this one. Just gonna run over this tower now.
Yeah.
Oh,
We do
we're
have a
gonna-
lot of tower damage here on the
Dire's
dire.
top tower is under attack.
Between the clinks and the tiny.
Radiant's middle tower
I
is
really
all
like that they
just-
abandoned ship on the tower, and both guys on the Radiant try to deny, and a goddamn Eidolon gets the kill.
Yeah, hitting at those towers for 12 damage a hit probably. Somehow
Yeah,
still
baby.
getting the last hit.
I mean, hey, it's, 12
Dire's
times like
bottom
7 or
tower
whatever,
is under
yeah.
attack.
Yeah. You get the shard, it could be 12 times like 11.
Yeah, there you go. And if you get the Aghanim Scepter, then you have like probably the craziest looking skill in the game.
Dire's
Say
bottom
what you
tower
will
is
about
under
the
attack.
effectiveness of the Enigma Aghanim Scepter. I love it as a caster, though. Techie's gonna try and go in here on the Clinks. Does not find anything
Almost.
but a little bomb.
Gets murdered in the process by that Maelstrom. Luna finally coming in with her Mask of Madness, using it to get away here.
Yep. Marcy unintentionally pops the smoke while not actually close enough to rebound off of anybody, and they just watch everybody leave. Also didn't get ult. No unleash.
No. Interesting. I don't think I have seen any Marcy ever do this.
Well, you're seeing it today with Dusty. Okay,
With
Clinks
Dusty.
is in
Lynx is dead.
a bad
Like-
spot, as we say.
It's like some masterful kiting between Hollywood and DeBush. And DeBush coming in with the clock. Probably in response to Vex using it. Wait, was that... How many points in W does that Undying have? That is
0?
an insanely interesting build. You go insta-rush, Holy Lock it, and then don't skill the heal that it buffs.
Yeah, instead you go to max the Q, which you don't buy any mana regen
Dire's
items to
top
sustain.
tower
I don't
is
know if
under
I'm
attack.
down with this Bliss Undying build, I gotta say.
Very interesting, shall we say. Undying build.
See, I think you can get away with some more points in Q as Undying if you buy some mana regen. Like, just a null talisman. All you really need, right?
Just a dull talisman. Oh, sorry. Maybe even... An item I've been buying a lot recently is Ring of Basilius. Because that thing
Yeah.
is so fun. And
You-
400 gold.
You've been watching your programs. Yeah, Bassy can
I've
also
just
do
been-
just fine.
Yeah.
Feel like if you're not going to be beating people up as Undying, if you're not going to be putting fists in people's face, then Bassy is probably what you want to be doing. If you are going to be more in there, then the Nully will probably do you a bit more good.
Yeah. Getting that extra 6% mana, that extra 3% mana at 25 minutes. It's not like you're going to be replacing it with any other item at that point.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
See, this Tombstone combo with Tiny can be a little bit interesting to play around as Tiny, because if he pops Tombstone first and it spawns a zombie immediately, you could just end up tossing the zombie into the air instead of the enemy hero.
Dire's top tower is under
XO, T2 top. Gets left on.
Radiant's bottom tower
Marcy's
is
courier
under
gets
attack.
shot once by Techies, who decides not to finish the job, just as a show of good faith, I guess.
He canceled his first auto.
Yep.
Given Tiny, all that movement speed doesn't matter. Death Prophet is the
Too
second
fast.
fastest hero in the game.
Death Prophet is very
points-
fast, and Artillery's even faster.
Radiant's
Yeah.
bottom tower is
Vex
under
is hungry.
attack.
Vex is looking real hungry right
Radiant
now.
structures are fortified.
Oh,
Alright.
it hit. What a American sniper to Bush coming in with the
Radiant's
eggs,
bottom tower is under
getting
attack.
that kill from
Jesus.
more than 1500 range, completing his weekly challenges for week 4.
There we go. Fantastic. The Bush is going to walk away with quite the purse at the end of this game. It's going to be an even bigger purse if he wins. Not, you know, in terms of getting a larger reward, but getting a larger fulfillment. Because it's what it's really about is winning. And when it's not about winning, it's about sitting there hoping to Jesus that the team that you told how to win is actually following your instructions and winning. Which I'm not doing this
feel
season.
like
I stopped
you're-
doing that in Season 13. At least that's what I
I feel
officially
like
said.
you're projecting.
No. No.
A little.
Maybe.
Nah. This is a professional cast.
I would never do such a thing. I would never make such a mistake.
Enigma finally putting a point in Midnight Pulse for the damage during Black Hole. It's a lot of damage.
In fairness, he doesn't need it. I mean, look how much goddamn stuff they have to throw in the black hole this game. You got the Avalanche Toss, you got the Burning Barrage, you got even the Undying crap, which is certainly going to add up on you if you're sitting there spinning in the toilet bowl for an hour and a half. Silencer
definitely
is, probably not
Dire
even
looking
having
to
great.
play off. Dire looking to play off this Gleipnir timing on points.
Yep.
Don't even need the black hole. Maybe they do actually for this Death Prophet. Death Prophet just doesn't want to die.
Death Prophet not actually in the black hole is going to silence it out, but it is going to be silenced. It feels like just a little too late.
Everyone
DP.
caught in the black hole still died to it.
Yep. DP, the
Still
last to
died
live.
That is a 5-man team wipe for 0
Radiant's middle
Yep.
tower
at
is under attack.
19
minutes.
minutes into the game. Diving the Radiant middle tier 2.
Hey, you know, it started off with a like a total pick, so you know it wasn't really like a 5v5.
It was not. What? 5 Radiant Heroes died and 0 Dire Heroes died.
And 2,216 gold just changed hands, majority of which went to Clinks.
Make that 2,946. Can't forget the losing gold on the Radiant.
Well, yeah, but the Dire doesn't get that gold; it just falls into the ether. It's like in Monopoly when you have to pay the bank.
If Arc Warden's on neither team, he gets it. Because, you know, there's Radiant, there's Dire, and then there's Arc Warden.
There's neutral. You know,
He's
back in
not
Dota
playing
1,
the
there
game.
there used to actually be a neutral faction, but not anymore.
Not anymore.
Undying is going to step on a Lego and then die immediately. Undying is certainly not a hero where you want to be losing a lot of it. Oh my god, another snipe on Dusty!
Bush
The Bush!
coming in again.
The Bush is exactly as tired of these first pick Marcies every game as I am.
Picking Snapfire to snipe these Marcies from across the map. And it's working. You're gonna pop Exo for this Roche here.
Yep, that's one of the greatest
Luna
advantages you
coming
get out of DP.
What does this Luna have items wise?
You're not gonna like this.
I am not. You're right. I do not think that Luna with only Mask of Madness Yasha should have gotten the Aegis here.
No, she shouldn't have. I mean, I guess the idea is that, you know, she gets caught, right? She has another life, but I just feel like if Luna dies, she almost certainly dies twice, so yeah.
Yeah, has no way to escape, no BKB, currently no TP.
Not even a Manta style.
Not even a Manta style to dispel the Enigma stun. Not Black Hole, of course, I mean Malefice.
That would be funny.
If you could just dispel Black Hole.
Have you ever seen what happens if Pango is in the middle of an ult in Black Hole?
No, I don't think
He just stays in ult, and if Enigma gets hit by it, it knocks him out of it.
That's great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I have 2 Pangolier games in my life, and that happened to one of them.
We are.
Takai, actually, specifically. No, not Takai, but Takai's team. Who was that Enigma? Oh, God.
Don't worry, Mortimer.
It was somebody. If you were the Enigma in that game, shoutouts to you. Might have been...
It was
No.
not I. No, it's not me.
There's Kai, there was Mnoy. I don't even know who the hell you are, so... I mean, I
That's
did mention
true.
the teams, but, like, nobody remembers the team. The only person who knows all the team rosters is me. And, like, the only people who would know them besides me are people who play it on your team and know who you are. So, you know, you're still our mystery man for now. So
You're
whoever
still the
hell
mystery
you are.
guest.
Yeah, it was definitely not you. You don't seem to queue with that guy
It's
very often.
definitely not I.
The Kaimanoi. I don't know, maybe I'll look it up. It might have actually been this guy. It might have been Vex. I
Might
think
have
that's
been
like
the
a
Vex.
possibility. I don't
Enigma
know.
coming in with the Black Hole next.
And,
oh my god,
absolutely
they are
doesn't
just
need it.
dead.
Support line has just been completely annihilated from this universe. And it's like I was talking about, like, you know, it gets to the point, even if you're just missing like a very small amount of strength, right? Even if the strength steal isn't much, you know, just missing like 4 or 8 strength is going to turn these tiny combos, which would normally be
Radiant's middle
massively
tower is
damaging,
under
into
attack.
just kills. Just straight kills.
Absolute kills. Turns things you might survive on 1 HP into
Things you
guaranteed
might
death.
die to on 0 HP.
Yeah. The Bush coming in, sniping the clinks this time.
Almost as like a
Oh,
protest go.
Yeah,
Well, let's
there
see
goes the
what this-
Luna's Eclipse and the Luna shortly after.
See what the Luna Aegis is able to do here. Well, Dusty is able to hit the wrong Luna. And then die for his troubles.
It does look like this tech is just being absolutely destroyed by Tiny in almost every fight.
Yeah. It's a good thing he's a support tech. He's really suck at this like a mid tech in this game. Silencer's gonna get
would.
bowled over, strength loss into the Tiny. Crap. Okay. Straight up black hole onto Bush. Only lasts about a half a second though before it gets canceled by the Luna Q. My friend, bye BKB.
I mean, he
One
is
that
working
just
on it. They just didn't give him time to farm it before that fight. Although this game is looking pretty dire. There's a 7k gold lead and 6 of it is
9K.
on. There's a 9k gold lead, and 6 of that 9,000 gold is just on the Clinks
Yep.
Is it a feed?
between him and the next hero. I did say Kai was the guy who would outfarm God, and it looks like he's pulling it off this game. Although who God is on the other team, not entirely sure, because sad to say, it's not this Luna.
Scientists have confirmed. Is this the face of God?
Yeah. Are we talking Mortimer or the grandma?
Is this picture real or fake is all you really need to know.
That's true. Although, if God did have the face of Mortimer, I would be kind of satisfied with that. That guy is adorable.
If God had Mortimer's gigantic tongue,
Yep.
you want to hear just like the most brain rot thing I could possibly say about Dota. Easily the worst thing I will ever see, or say rather, on this
hear it.
cast.
Let's hear it.
I want to bite it. I don't know why. There's just this voice in the back of my mind that says, Mortimer's tongue is the perfect texture. Just bite it. Just take a bite. Chew it up.
Take a bite. It's candy.
It's
Eat
like
the candy
ham.
and honey.
It's like ham. It's a giant
Like ham.
ham.
It's giant ham. I do like the texture of ham. Bitten into a well-cooked ham.
Have you ever been to a badly cooked ham?
That I have, indeed.
Silencer had the oh crap moment as his smoke broke for no obvious reason, and then he just got eaten.
Yeah. Kai walked into range of that sentry ward, not knowing it was there. Silencer turned to face him, and then got one shot by
Clinks.
7 arrows to the face.
Clink's jump scare.
Yeah. Only slightly more terrifying than your Pudge blinking up beside you in the Ancients.
Clink's just picked up a Daedalus here.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage on this tiny
Radiant's
little
top
bone
tower
boy.
is under attack.
Going for a Hex next, it seems.
Yep,
Sheepstick
just going
is a
to,
really good ability.
She's going to get rid of the Luna in these fights, I guess. No, she can't, literally just can't do anything about that. Especially considering she still hasn't even really started her BKB.
It's also really good continuing the pick-off theme of Dire here.
Yep.
With the only team fight hero being really Enigma with a touch of Undying.
I mean, Tiny kind of can too. But again, it's
True.
like a kind of.
Kinda. With the eggs, he becomes much better, but then you've got to buy a 4,200 gold item and have trees.
True. And speaking of with the eggs, he becomes much better. Undying with the eggs is much better at team fighting. It's just I'm not really holding my breath this game for some reason.
He's rushing Greaves.
Yep.
Or I say rushing, but
He is getting Greaves. He does pick them up.
purchasing Greaves. Just finished them.
He is slowly ambling his way to Greaves. I like how he still hasn't maxed the soul rope.
It is great. He's probably gonna take his talent first too.
I actually took the decay
So-
damage over the soul rope, or over the tombstone cooldown. That is not something you say every day. I think there's
It
some
is
like
better for
leaning.
farming. Because decay does double damage to creeps. So to creeps, that's actually doing
Radiant's
360
bottom tower
damage
is under
now.
attack.
instead of the 240 that it was doing previously.
Yeah, it's just that for some reason I just had this funny feeling that's not a big priority for Undying this game. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Radiant
Blink's just going
structures
to
are fortified.
hammer this tower a little bit while standing on the face of the DeviantArt OC that Hollywood's team is using as a mascot.
Only, it reminds me of one of my Fluffy Hat teams where we used a very, shall we call it, risque photo for our banners.
In fairness, I don't think this is the kind of furry that the artist was tracking off to. I mean, maybe, but I'm gonna say probably not. Got some legendary toothpaste there going on though. That is Crest all over right there. That's
That
Crest.
is Crest on the face right there.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Tiny also building a Daedalus, probably gonna build an eggs afterwards.
Yep, just start to
Revolve.
Scanning.
just completely cover the other guys on fire. Gonna be pretty nasty. I don't think anybody on the enemy team could really potentially survive that.
Interestingly, not building the shard to keep him farming.
Hey, Danny didn't do it
Effectively.
either, and Matty Boy was yelling at him for it all the cast.
Well, I feel like you just farm so fast with that. It allows you to continue outputting so much damage. Although I guess London has been throwing that tree a lot, so if he's getting rid of it as often as he is, keeping it around is just not something he's doing.
Right.
That was a very confusing sentence, but
Yeah, if you want, you can run it again. Well, we'll wait. The point
I'm not
of
even gonna try it.
the point of the matter is this: he's constantly throwing the tree, so it really does not matter if he had it full time. He's not using it to auto attack terribly much in actual fights or anything. And indeed, he is going right for the axe, not even thinking about the shard.
Skipping right over it. Maybe he's hoping he'll get it from Roche. As we saw the Enigma sitting in Roche Pit waiting for it to show up. I think he's just sent an Eidolon in there instead. Yep. Eidolons do last like 50 seconds at max, so
And
they're a great.
this one's actually going to barely no. Okay, this one's actually going to barely see Roche if Vex doesn't accidentally move it out of the pit. Hollywood's just going to completely eat it.
Oh,
Enigma just BKBing vaguely near this forced the other cores on this team to just run the hell away.
yeah.
It really shows you the mental power of an Enigma, like the morale effect it has on people.
Even if you just even if you don't have black hole, if the enemy team does not know you don't have black hole, and you blink KB right in front of them, they will all shit themselves.
And speaking of shitting themselves, I'm sure that's probably what everybody on Thugwood is doing right now after that display. That was miserable. That was that was almost all their cores dying, with almost all their ults getting absolutely nothing for their trouble. This is looking very over and done with. Gabe N says 99% chance the Crusader Knights win
Roxy's
this.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Roxy coming in with a chill man,
Has fallen. Dire's
or
bottom
Lamau chill bro, after Vex starts spamming his voice lines again.
Roxy Ro has turned into Roxy Chillbro. Roxy's just looking out for me.
Roxy chill bro.
He's just, he really is, he's just looking out for me. He knows that stuff drives me crazy. There you go.
There.
Gonna finally do Rush here, who has been unduly waiting for the moment of his death. Gonna have a shard to drop here.
Yep, maybe Tiny will finally get it. Nope, Tiny gets the Aegis and the shard. There it is.
Yep.
Matty Boy can finally be happy now.
After 9
Somebody
years in
has managed
development,
to get the shard.
after 9 years in development, hopefully it's been worth the wait. I think Danny did too, but he got it like pretty close to the end of the game.
I don't think that's the item you swap out for your Aegis on Tiny, but we'll just go with it. He has swapped out his... Okay, he swapped it back in. He swapped out his Daedalus for a time.
Yeah, that's probably not what you want to do. But he ultimately went with one of the garbage items that he really should get rid of.
And Luna just gets actually one-shot by Tiny.
Yep. You know, I gotta
A
say,
singular crit.
Thugwood has been hard at work putting together this base defense here. Before Tiny ran through this, this looked like you on the night of your prom. This is a big black hole. Everybody alive is in it, and I think it's going to be our decisive one for the game. Ha! Marcy Marcy pole vaults onto Pain.
Even without the building influx of gold, they still have 27,000 gold net worth at 34 minutes. This game is quite the stomp, if I do say so. With Crusader Knights putting up a strong showing here up against Thugwood and Thugchance.
Would you say this is a better showing than that game where they had an allegedly immortal stand-in?
Against which team exactly?
That was against Bean 10 in week 1.
I don't believe I've watched that game.
Yeah, yeah, I know some people out there don't watch all the games, but...
Yeah.
Maybe you should ask one of the members of the team. You know, I think that was a game where our stand-in, like, couldn't... I mean, it's not that he couldn't play Pause 5, but he looked like really more of a Pause 4 player. So it was Meth and Bean laning against that guy, so you should just ask one of them.
Yeah, definitely will.
Or just watch the damn
with the
cast.
BK. Or just watch the damn cast. Hashtag not sponsored by Anani.
Hashtag not sponsored by me. Goodbye, Tony.
Goodbye, Tony. Fuck around and find out.
Where's your team?
Where is the team? In fact, all of them are dead.
Yeah, we were busy shitposting over this moment where everybody on the Dire dies, and it really just doesn't feel like it means anything, because A, that happened, B, they've got one tower between all of them, and C, Clinks is still the most fed man in the universe.
Yeah, Clinks is still large and in charge with 4,000 HP, and probably still has the Aegis.
If Jabba the Hutt ate Pizza the Hutt, he wouldn't be as fed as this.
Yeah.
Oh
and if
my
Papa
God.
John was the dipping sauce, still not quite.
Radiant's middle
This
tower
metaphor
has
is getting real weird.
fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Papa John as the dipping sauce.
Is that... Can we have that on YouTube? Are you allowed to say that?
I mean... It depends on which direction we take it.
Let's just stop here, say it's a Crusader Knights victory, and be happy with our troubles. Be happy with our lives.
And be Crusader Kings coming out over the Thugwood and Thug Chans. Although the kill score does not display it, this game was
miserable. It was a nightmare.
Quite.
The only person on Crusader Knights who ever died was Marcy, right? And if at the end of the game, your pause 4 is literally the only one with, like, any deaths, and that's good. It means your core's never died at all, ever. Now, that doesn't mean that your pause 4 should, say, randomly go top and just, like, feed to the enemy pause 1 a couple of times before you start actually winning. But, you know, the point of the matter is, yeah, Dusty just was a pinata this game. He was just the peacock. He just attracted all the hate that Thugwood had to give him. I mean, you had 2 really epic snapfire long shots to kill him, right? Those individual shots just fell down on his head. But when did that happen to anybody else? Never. It was just Marcy.
It did not. Just the Marcy.
Yep, you can definitely tell that this is a London team because Marcy's sitting here doing his best impression of Burnish. Yeah, of Bonus on this particular lineup. That's just very much the same style of gameplay. Kai just got to eat and eat and eat and eat this game, and nobody stopped him. 413 last hits compared to 239 with Luna. You mentioned how Luna has the farm advantage in the early game, but as it turned out, Clinks had nearly double what she was bringing to the table. Ouch.
Yeah.
And
if you're looking at the GPM, it's more than double.
And Tiny got like half her last hits and still into the game at a higher net worth, which is really just not a good sign for how the team is going. I think the big thing that I feel like as the case with Thugwood is like, oh man, they definitely just had to pick earlier game than this. Cause let's just call a spade, alright? Jackie is kinda new to offlane. You know, Hollywood is no stranger to 4. He's been 4 forever and a day. But Jackie seems to still, like, the principles of offlaning still kind of seem to be eluding Jackie Chan. And the Void Luna here, like, Void on a hero that really either has a niche, like a very specific niche, or is, like, you know, well, I guess you could just say that. Void trying to do anything but play a more simple game. It just seems like things just aren't going well for him in these lands. Roxy Roro is a good support, don't get me wrong. But it just, I don't know, I hate to mention the Quap Circles again, but it just kind of reminds me of these Season 13 Quap Circles games. You know, they don't really play the lane that defensively, and it just feels like, you know, and in fairness, that's partially on Roxy, and in fairness, it's partially on Void. But as a result of it, it just, I don't know. If these guys just don't like super duper ultra ball from mid, it feels like the bush is just kind of the foundation, the be all end all of this team. I don't know. What do you think?
The pillar of this team, and if that pillar starts to crumble, doesn't seem like their platform will stay.
Right.
Doesn't seem like they'll have a platform to stand on.
No. Any other comments about this, you think?
I don't think so. Clink's coming in with 874 GPM. I think that's the highest I have seen this patch.
You know,
in any of my games or any games.
I think it was I think it was a 82-0 game, because I think he was on the team with Mr. Fishy at the time. I'm not sure, it was one of the two. I saw a game where Kai was 900 GPM as Tiny and lost. He must have been sobbing to himself after that. Yeah, I remember. It was like he had 900 GPM and lost because he kept like trying to tower, like to fountain dive, and Minoy, who was playing mid Snapfire, just like bought an Aeon disc and just killed him every time he tried to do it. It's very sad. Right. Anyway, Kai, no tears this game for Kai. You just won this game.
No tears.
Coming out
Nothing
of it very
but
strong.
Smiles and laughs coming out from Crusader Knights.
Coming out?
Coming out.
You're not one of these goddamn Canadians I've heard so much about, are you?
Nope.
Good.
Maybe I'm just putting it on to confuse the viewership.
It could be. I mean, we still don't know who the hell you are. You could be. I mean, you could be like Randy for all we know.
I don't even know who I am.
That's crazy. If you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg to sign up today. It's too late to get into this season, but we are always looking for stand-ins. Boss Free Dojo, rocking and rolling, looking to do some fun, interesting things in there in the next couple of days. And, yeah, this is happening at a very odd time of night because my last caster kind of bounced on me at an awkward time. So, yeah. So, thank you, Laser Ghost Pew Pew, for joining me here today. It was really nice having you on. Oh, wait, shit!
Not a problem. I, PPM, have been glad to be here.
Fantastic.